So, good evening, friends, and welcome on this wonderful day. Happy International Women's Day.
Thank you.
We are live now on YouTube and on LinkedIn as well. So, welcome, friends, who is joining on YouTube and LinkedIn also. We have our today's guest, what we are featuring, Priya Bhansali ma'am, first Central Council member, youngest ever. Till now, there is a record is unbreakable, we can say. We have seen the young president as of now, Aniket Talati sir, but youngest CCM is Priya ma'am, and we are featuring ma'am. Ma'am is has achieved at very young age of 28 as in Central Council, 22 as in Regional Council. Immediately in the year itself of passing the qualification, CA qualification. So we'll see the entire interview. We have a young interviewer, CA Premlata Daga ma'am. Premlata Daga, Saboo ma'am, we welcome you, ma'am, and thank you for interviewing, ma'am. Ma'am is Premlata ma'am is faculty for National Academy of Direct Taxes, training the officers, the IRS officers across India. That entire trainee for the income tax. Ma'am is have a great record of past so many years. She is teaching, and she is also a youngest trainer in a NADT, which is a IRS officers training center for income tax. So we will see the wonderful session today, and we have many guests also. We have a Priya ma'am's office colleague also, life partner also in this session. We'll see the entire journey of ma'am. But before that, we would like to tell that, as in, if you have seen the flyer, the entire journey of ma'am is there. And with that, India is celebrating the Azadi Ka Amrit Kal. So we also celebrate, and we wish all our viewers best wishes on this Amrit Kal. India is gladly host G20 for the first time, and we have seen that all entire India and all the major airports and all the street also is decorated very nicely by the local government, by the state government, and the central government as well. And also we have achieved, we have a pioneer in the women equality, that we also have seen that W20, and we are emphasis on that as well as our Prime Minister vision. So with these opening remarks, I would like to request CA Premlata Daga Saboo ma'am to take the proceeding ahead for our today's session, to introduce ma'am and ask a few questions about the ma'am's journey, the wonderful journey, would like to say. After councilship also, ma'am is serving the profession in different capacity. Recently, I got the opportunity to visit the Coimbatore and be the guest of ma'am, as ma'am is the host in the Coimbatore for the Bombay Chartered Accountant Society RRC, and we are very grateful to have the entire 4-day stay there, and for all the 140 plus participants. So thank you, Priya ma'am, for that as well. And so over to you, Premlata ma'am.
Thank you so much, Virat sir, for the wonderful opening remarks. And thank you for giving this opportunity to host such a great personality and a lady leader today. So on the occasion of this International Women's Day, we are very happy to host a lady who created legacy that inspired many lady chartered accountants to dream more, to do more, and to become more. And I'm talking about none other than the first elected and the youngest ever Central Council member of ICAI, Mrs. Priya Bhansali, madam.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for accepting our invitation and being a part of this session. Before we start firing madam with our own questions, I would like to give a formal brief introduction. Madam got elected to the Regional Council at a very young age of 22. Many of us don't even clear the exam at the age of 22, and she entered the Regional Council Regional Council of South and to the Central Council just at the age of 28. She has served there for 3 years from the year 1995 to 1998. She is having 34 years of rich experience in audit, taxation, and FEMA. She is the first national convener of Women's Steering Group of ICAI for the year 2009-2010. And she's even serving as an independent women director on the board of many listed companies. Very interestingly, her entire life journey has been covered in the book Nightingales, How 11 Women Overcame the Obstacles on the Road of Life, which is written by two chartered accountants, CA R. Sivakumar sir and CA V. Padabhiram sir. So all those who want to read in minute details about the beautiful journey of Madam can definitely go for this book. It's available on Amazon. So now comes the time when we have so many questions and we are definitely waiting to have the answers for the same. We have many young chartered accountants who are serving in different capacities in the different parts of our country in the form of branch member or maybe in the region or maybe in the center. And they have also a lot of questions to ask, which we will be dealing at the right time. So starting with the very basic and the very first question, we have seen many people going for the CA profession for various different reasons. But the one that I came to know, the reason for which you went for this is definitely very unique. Is it true that you selected the CA profession so that you can stay close to your dad?
Thank you, Virat and Premlata, for having me here today. I wish all the women and who have joined online here on YouTube, LinkedIn, everywhere, a very, very happy Women's Day. But I just keep telling every day is a Women's Day, as most men will agree. Yeah. So why I did CA, even I do not know. I think I just followed my sister Rupa, and we just were together, and we thought, okay, let's at least see dad in the office, because since 1970, he's been contesting elections. It used to be the regional councils and the central councils and the Hindustan Chamber, Cosmopolitan, Tamil Nadu Cricket Association, and so on and so forth. So yeah, this was a good opportunity for us. It was a good opportunity for us to be with him, at least in the office, for the given time that we were serving as articles.
Okay. So this was the reason your sister selected, and you selected because your sister went on with this profession. What a great start. So now moving on to the next.
Yeah.
What made you contest the elections immediately on qualifying the exam at the age of 22?
No, I didn't think that I would be contesting. The day the results came out, our institute is next to the income tax department. So I went to the institute to see my result, and my dad joined me from the income tax department. We saw our results, and then while going in the car, he told our driver to turn, and we went to see senior members like D. Rangaswamy, former ITAT member, then Mr. Rangachari, who went on to become the CBDT chairman, and Mr. P.T. Sampath Kumaran, who was a council member along with my father. And he told, why not Priya contest? And I think they all told me just go and jump, and I was there in the election arena. I had no plans, I had nothing, it just happened.
Happened so beautifully that you went on to become the
with
first
the blessings
lady.
of all the seniors in the profession, and who regarded, my dad regarded them as role models, and so do I.
Okay. So it would have been definitely a very beautiful journey, because fighting an election is definitely not an easy task.
Yeah.
So in the process, you have met around 6,000 chartered accountants across the region. How was your experience with them? Did they accept you?
So the day they decided that I had to contest, The next morning, I was on the roads. So yeah, so we used to leave at 6 in the morning, visit, we used to go to further part of the town so that by the time we reach it is coffee time for members. And so we used to join them for coffee, tea, juice, everything possible. And the most important part was it was like visiting a friend's home or a friend's family because my dad's name was so inroad into each member and the family or the mother or the wife or the child of the chartered accountant. So it was a real pleasure. And then we really came to know the value of Ashok Kumbhat. Otherwise, it was just dad, papa. Uh, and yeah, so this was a revelation for me as a young chartered accountant that what an impact Mr. Ashok Kumbhat had made on the lives of chartered accountants, knowingly, unknowingly, and I happen to reap the benefits.
So since you have mentioned your father and he had been a role model in your lives, I would like to have one question on him. Your father, Mr. C.A. Ashok Kumbhat sir, was the past president of ICAI and was a celebrated figure. How would you summarize the lessons that you learned from his life?
I think most article clerks under him had two, three things. One is perfection, discipline, and humility. So these are the three things that we would be, I mean, all the CAs who passed out under him would vouch for that. In fact, our firm is celebrating 50 years, and we had an alumni meet in Chennai last week, and this is what even they said. So, yeah, so I think they're my seniors in as articles, senior chartered accountants, and they also said the same thing. So I guess it is, he taught us all the same.
So it has taken many of the young chartered accountants to a long way journey, attaining great heights in their personal and professional
Yeah,
lives.
definitely, and we are definitely proud of our alumni.
So normally, when we enter into the council or we go for the canvassing, so we have certain agendas in our mind, and public do also ask that at the age of 22, you are entering the council. You have not seen anything as of now about the institute or anything about that relates to the management. Basically, you had been just the student before this. So, what were the agendas like once you came to know that yes, you are contesting the elections now? So you might have formalized something like, okay, when I get in the council, I will do this, I will do that, etc. So what the agendas you had?
As you said, it was totally new, so I do not know what the agenda would be also. It is just that I entered the fray, met chartered accountants, not sure whether I would be elected or not. But yeah, met chartered accountants, got their feedback, what they would like, or what a lot of them appreciated that I joined. A few said, what would a young 22-year-old do in the council? Yeah, so first term, I would say, or first 2 years, I would say, was just a learning process, learning how people administer and how people talk and public speaking. Nothing was absolutely new for me. Everything was new. And yeah, so the chairman then gave me the responsibility of the Students Association, the SICASA as we call it, this Regional Students Association. So yeah, so I continued to mingle with the students and behave like a student. So learned a lot during the term that I spent in the first 2 years of the council, regional council. We also organized a seminar or conference for the students after a gap of 5 or 6 years. So it was good, yeah, and it was a good learning experience. I would not say I had any agenda, and learned along the way, I would say.
In between, you got the highest first preference vote in the very first year you contested the election.
That was totally unexpected because my name was Priya Kumbhat. I guess people just voted because of my dad. I have no qualms in acknowledging that. So yeah, So it is because of his name, I think I just got elected. I beat the incoming chairman's uh, number also, and I was way above the quota. Yeah.
So since you already mentioned that you were very new, you were youngest and the only female there, how did you manage to put forth your opinions with the other members of the committee? Did they accept your opinions? Like, how were you treated in the committee, basically?
In this, I strongly believe that gender does not play a big part. It is your behavior and your attitude and your knowledge that would score. So as I said, first 2 years I was very quiet, silent, observing. Hardly used to speak also, because then later when I got the nuances and was able to put forth my point, I definitely put forth my point with my foot down. Yeah. And I've been fortunate to have very reasonable and good colleagues in the council who encouraged, who supported. So I don't see, I personally don't see anything in that, yeah, as a gender bias or things like that. Yeah.
Did you felt awkward like being the only female in the group? Like men's generally do have their own comfort time and all that stuff also. So you were the only female, and wherever you used to go together, like maybe for pan, maybe for ice creams. So were you
No,
comfortable with that?
absolutely, especially in the central council. Yes, absolutely. I was the lady and the baby of the council, so I had good fun, was taken good care of. The fun part of it, I'm talking, and the good friendships that I have created over the years. I still am in touch with all those people who I have made good friends with. So I have I enjoyed my 3 year, a lot of learning, a lot of fun, and definitely council is a thankless job.
Hmm. So before we move ahead with the life into this CA profession and council, we have your childhood friend, Mrs. Neeta Bhatt, with us today. Madam, are you there? Can you just please come online with your video and unmute yourself?
Yes, I'm on that.
Hi, Neeta.
I unmuted myself. Yes.
Yeah, okay.
Um,
So we welcome you, madam, to this interview and wishing you a very happy Women's Day.
Thank you. Same to you.
Thank you.
Um,
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Ma'am, please start your video as well, ma'am, if possible.
Yeah, just a second. Yeah.
This was done.
Yeah, I was. Wait, oh God, unable.
Are you joining from mobile or you're from laptop?
Mobile. I'm starting my video, but I'm not able to do that. I don't know why, but wait.
Yeah, it's happened.
Access to camera. Anyway, I start my video. Should I? Please allow the.
Go on.
Okay. In between, like by the time you have your video, we can definitely hear your voice here.
Yeah. I've known Priya. She's always been very focused person, very simple, very organized, and to the point. She'll tell you anything on your face, no backbiting or no backbitching, nothing about her. She's such a straightforward person, and she's remained the same throughout the. She's not changed for me. I can call her in the night, middle of the night, day, and even if she's busy, she says, "I'll call you later," and she will do it. I'll be assured that I can fully trust her to do what she says. She's never been a real true friend, you can say, a loyal true friend, and a lovely person. I think.
Did she behave like a leader even right from the childhood, or she's a leader of the gang, something like that?
She was. I don't think she was like a leader. All of us were involved in our own things. We all had a side thing to do. We were not only into education. We were doing other things ourselves. Each one of us had individual things to do. Like I used to play TT for the state of Tamil Nadu. So like each of us had our own thing, but we are always there for each other also at the same time. We can call up each other, and she's a tough person. She had to be. She has seen tough times in life, and she's been through it without complaining. Never complaining about what the situation is.
No,
This is the thing, and I have to go get over it. That's how she's always been. She's never been that, oh, kya hoga, like that. So I love her attitude in life. So
okay,
yeah,
thank
she
you.
was I mean, all of us were in our own way having our own leadership qualities or whatever, but each one of us also had other things. So that was very, all of us encouraged each other to do what they're doing, So that was a very nice friendship we had.
Thank you, Nita.
Yep. Yeah.
Thank you so much, madam, for adding this
Yeah.
cherry in the entire introduction part.
Yeah. So, okay, I can mute myself now, yeah?
Yes, ma'am. Thank you so much once again.
Yeah.
Okay, so after region went well, I guess. Then the time was for the center. And center is definitely not an easy task. And it was not so even at that time. Interestingly, when you were canvassing for your central elections, your daughter was just 1 year old. And as you mentioned in the time we had, that it went through from the time you were carrying her, like during your pregnancy time also. So we would like to know how you managed with 1 year child to contest a central election.
Sure, I would say that the family support, my mother-in-law, my husband, my father-in-law, my sister-in-law, my sisters, my aunts all over. So if I used to go to a town that had a relative, Ishita, she has joined here, she would be with them during the day. And I would go around canvassing. So everybody supported it in their own way, pitched in. And well, I think family support is very important to be anywhere in, for anybody, I think male or female. I think family support is very important, which I was privileged and honored and lucky to have that kind of a support always.
It definitely would have been a very tough decision. In
No,
between, do
it was
we?
not a decision at all. It just went by the flow because I didn't have to be worried at all about what Ishita would do or what Anusha would be doing. Because they were there, somebody was always there to take care of them.
Okay, great. In between, do we have your daughter online with us?
Ishita, I think she is. Ishita, are you there? I thought I saw her, but I don't know.
Okay. I guess she went offline.
Yeah, sir is there.
Okay, sir ka turn aayega. Right now we are into this motherhood phase. So definitely, I guess many young ladies who are even mothers in this list of audience. So even myself, I'm having a child. She's a baby girl. She's 5 months old now. So I would like to know this one question: that could you do justice with your role as a mother during the time you were serving the council, the alma mater?
I don't know. You have to ask my daughters.
I just wanted to have your daughter in between for this question. But from
Yeah.
a mother's perspective, did you ever have that guilt that I'm not able to give the right time to my daughters? No.
No.
So they
You
were
go on a
cooperating a
guilt
lot.
trip. I think if you go on a guilt trip, then you'll never achieve, I guess.
Okay.
They also supported by behaving well, I guess.
Right from the age of 1, very cooperative and supporting daughters. I wish they should have been here to listen this. Okay.
Yeah.
Let's move on to have something from Mr. Shailendra Bhansali, sir. CS Shailendra Bhansali, sir. Sir, are you there online?
Hello, I'm here.
Hello, sir. Can we have your video also on the screen?
Yeah, just a minute. Good evening, everyone.
Good evening, sir. Good evening, sir. So, how is it to have a leader at home?
Good question on the Women's Day, especially. I'm surrounded by women in my life. So I think having a leader of women is absolutely a privilege.
Okay. So, would you like to share some incidents or how you dealt with all the frustrations that she might have busted out at home when she might have been returning back from office, or maybe too many things together like council and office and children? And I know husbands are the one where we burst out everything. So
I think fairly easy question to answer, not too difficult at all. See, once you realize that somebody is serious about doing something, you just let them do whatever they want to do because that's their focus. And you can do whatever you can to support them. I think that's what I've been doing. And I don't stand in the way of any of these things because you'll get run over. So that's my philosophy. And she's been very focused on whatever she's wanted to do. And she's been able to balance everything well. I think that is what is critical. And that is what most people should understand from this conversation. That you can have balance in your life when you're doing multiple things as well. And it is possible to do multiple things. So I think it's not too difficult. Of course, you need a support system. I'm not denying that. But that comes automatically once you've proven your abilities and once you know that you can achieve things. I'm sure support is always available and everyone is there to support.
Great. So on the screen, we can see the men behind the successful lady on this Women's Day. Madam, would you like to say something like how having a supportive life partner helped you in this entire thing? Like how was your routine in the morning? Did you make the tea or sir made the tea?
The routine was like any other housewife, I would say. Start the day at 5:36, send the children to school, come to office by 9:30. Then during the day you're in office. And we still go home for lunch. We're fortunate to go home for lunch, come back. I have my Shellen's mom, my mother-in-law, who I call mom. She's there always, so anything left over, she finishes. Yeah, so it's all jointly done, so it's nothing. So Shelena does everything, helps me in the house too, so there's nothing that the kids help, mommy helps, everybody helps, so it just happens, nothing.
So all are well
I
trained.
mean, I don't know. I mean, I have been very fortunate, so I don't know. I don't realize. But I must say, when I was the national convener for the women in 2009, it actually opened my eyes to see many women really struggling as a professional. And in fact, Delhi was very moving, where we had a psychiatrist address the members in one of the conferences. Many women were weeping. It was really heart moving. I mean, then I realized that how privileged and how lucky I am to have such a supportive system. Then we had one conference in Madhya Pradesh, Indore. There they had issues of, it was just an eye opener for me. I thought, I am still very, very, very privileged. I would say, I can understand. I didn't know that women as chartered accountants would also face this because I never saw it in my life and nor in my house. So, yeah.
So I just read in the book, you and sir do play quiz and have won many together. So you would like to know something, what made you play quiz? Like it's the time you spent and go out together and study together.
No, quizzing, I started only after I got married because my husband and his friends are avid quizzers. And so they used to prepare quizzes, conduct quizzes, and then we used to have our nights preparing the questions. And those days there were no videos, audios. It was all recording in cassettes, taking out films, taking out slides. So it was time well spent together, I would say, with him and his friends. And that's how we got into quizzing. And then we've been off late last 2 years, we've not been participating because of COVID, and online is not our cup of tea. Online quizzing does happen. Yeah, so we were regional runners up for Tata Crucible corporate quizzes and business line quizzes. So it's fun way of learning and makes you do a lot of other reading other than our professional reading. Gives you an insight into the world around you. So it's just a hobby, and I tagged along with Shailendra for quizzing.
Hobby that makes you earn money also in the process.
Yeah, we did earn some money.
One question here. As per you, what was your biggest mistake of your life? Maybe professional front. Any ways which will you like to share and your learnings from the same?
Miss-
Something that you regret, I should not have done that. Maybe something like that.
Oh, I mean, Premlata, I would say I've been fortunate in everything with my team of, when I started practice, I had a very good team of artificials. I used to take off by 5 o'clock, play tennis with my daughters. So when they were playing tennis, so it was, I mean, I don't know, I've been supported every time, everywhere. So I've been just privileged and lucky. I would just end with that.
Okay. One thing, it's on a Women's Day, so we would like to know something about the composition of lady chartered accountants here in our leadership roles. So we have approximately 28 or maybe say to 30% of female chartered accountants pan India as per the latest statistics.
Yeah.
And presently in the Central Council body, we have total 32 members, out of which only 3 lady chartered accountants are there. And till date, we have not seen a lady president. So according to you, what is the reason for the same? Are the ladies not coming up or they are not getting the proper environment?
I cannot comment on today's thing, today's composition or today's so-called number game in the council. I think if I had continued, I would have become the president. That's all I can say, because I had good support and good camaraderie with my colleagues in the council. I would say that.
Okay. So since you had a very good experience into this council, and we do have young chartered accountants and experienced ones serving the council or institute on my matter at different positions, what message would you like to give them in their journey towards the presidency, I mean, the post of president of ICAI? How they should look forward to this journey?
I tell this to my daughters and tell them here also. You do your best, God will do the rest. So I don't know how it will pan out for each individual, and I think the way they move with the colleagues in the council, in their branch, in the council, in the other activities would help them through, I guess. I used to tell the same thing to my daughters, so I guess I'll tell the same thing to the young chartered accountants here, who would be my daughter's age now.
So your daughter planning anyway to enter the council? You're one of the daughter of your is your chartered accountant, no?
Yeah, she is.
No, so is she anyway interested in
she's
this?
Not here. She's not here. She's out of India. Yeah.
Achha, she's out of India. Okay. From the audience who are attending with us on the Zoom, we would like to have any questions. Anyone having any questions here? They can just put a message on the chat box and can even unmute themselves.
Hi all. Hi Priya ma'am.
Hi Shobna. Can you show your face too?
Yeah, sure.
Hi Shobna.
Happy Women's Day to all the beautiful women in this group. And I just wanted to ask, what do you suggest about work-life balance nowadays, like for women who are also in corporate job? And basically, I'm asking for me working from remote location, or Sangli from Maharashtra. And it's like if we are doing work from home for a MNC, we just have to talk with computers and we do not have people around us. And it's like very difficult to manage work and life balance. So what do you suggest on that?
I think
introduce yourself as well.
Sorry?
Please introduce yourself.
All right. I am Shobna Jagyasi Rochlani. I am a chartered accountant and representing as a member for Sangli branch of ICAI from last year itself.
Okay, nice. So nice that you've come into the branch activities of these. So I think coming into the branch activities makes you develop your other skills, communication, interpersonal skills, etc. Now, coming to work-life balance, I think we should know when to cut off. The problem is we keep obliging our seniors or our bosses or our, if you ask me, I'm not available to my clients after 6:30 till morning 9 o'clock, even till today. I started that when I started practice in Coimbatore. And except those exceptional days when there is a work pressure, and or if I do call the client, so I'm able to tell my client, sorry, today I've taken your call. If it's a new client, I tell them, sorry, I've taken your call, but next time please call me within my working hours and not yours, not after yours is over. So I'm able to keep that even today, and I don't disturb my staff. I think most of them will vouch for it who are online. Once they are home, I let them be. I don't even give a WhatsApp message at 9 in the night or 6 in the morning. So, because I'm not available, so I don't expect others to be available. So I think here we need to learn to be, we should be able to put our foot down and say, no, please come. My office timings are 9:30 to. This I learned again from my office in Chennai when I was doing article clerkship, where clients used to come after they finished their businesses. So my uncle, my dad, they used to keep sitting and waiting for them. So yeah, so and never, I would say never undersell ourselves. It's okay, we have one file less, one work less. Let's not undersell ourselves. At least you have peace of mind. You can do so many other things in the time that you have. So when I was younger, children were there. Not that I used to sit with them for teaching them or anything, just to play with them. I never sat with them on their studies or on their, let them do what they wanted. Yeah, we used to, when I was young, when I had a good team, I used to play tennis with my children. So till 35, I was playing tennis whenever I was. So things like that, so I think we should, the problem with our generation is we don't put our foot down. Even I see my daughters working sometimes late in the night or early in the morning. I would say it proves inefficiency, that you're not able to work in the 8 hours. And in fact, a friend of mine, his daughter is in Germany. She got memos for working beyond office hours.
Yes.
So I guess if offices take that step, if Germany can do, I think slowly, automatically work-life balance would come in. She got
Agreed.
memo because she was overworking by 5-10 minutes.
Agreed. Thank you, ma'am. Even I am also a good lawn tennis player. Just wanted to add.
No, I'm not good. I used to play.
Okay. I also wanted to ask, what would you give a lesson to your younger self, or basically current scenarios in which even the chartered accountants are into digital content creation, where digital media is growing so fast, ChatGPT and everything. So what do you suggest how to cope up with such a fast increasing technological upgradations?
See, as chartered accountants, I think we are quick learners. So tomorrow, if your client invests in a software, I don't think you will take time to pick it up, And in fact, even at the World Congress, when I attended in November, everybody was talking about technology, this, that, and a lot of young chartered accountants were coming to me and asking. I said, don't worry. If it comes on you, you will take it up. You will do it. You will learn it. You don't have to be peer pressured by others that he can do this, he can do this. But if your client is not, or your company is in the company which you're working, is not invested in that technology, you don't have to be worried as of now. So I think we are good adapters, we are good learners. we can definitely, okay, we may not know the coding, but we will understand SAP when it was all over and most of my clients were moving to SAP. I went for a SAP course. I had some friends who taught us. So things like that, I think all of us can adapt to any technology if and when required. So don't get bogged down that I should know this, I should know this, I should be on LinkedIn, I should be on Facebook, I should be on Instagram. I don't believe in that. I think we can adapt ourselves and we can learn very quickly.
All right. Thank you so much, ma'am.
Thank you, Shobna. I hope it
Thank you so much,
answers
Shobna.
your questions.
Yes, absolutely.
Thank you.
Premlata ji, we have a Shweta Jain ma'am, who is the immediate past secretary of WRC, and we have a Deepika ji as well. She is also in a Vapi branch of WRC. So you can take question from them as well.
Okay. Before we move on to question with answer, I would like to have Mr. Rajiv, sir, who's a
Raju.
partner.
Raju.
Okay, Raju, R-A-G.
Raju, are you there? I think, yeah, he's there.
Raju sir is not there, I think.
Okay. So we have Shweta ma'am with us.
Hi, Shweta.
Ma'am, unmute yourself, please. Okay.
Happy Women's Day.
Thank
Yes.
you.
Happy Women's Day.
Same to you.
Thank you.
So
Continue.
I guess definitely Madam would be having a lot of questions to be asked, which may relate to the entire process of this journey in council. So without taking any time, Madam, over to you.
So, sorry, I missed it in between. So, are you asking to me?
Yes, ma'am. Do you have any question to be answered from Bhansali ma'am?
Yeah, of course, because when Madam has entered, I think we to even not qualified. So,
Yes.
just wanted to know that how the experience was like, because at that time, I think, I don't think so how many women were there or not. Because currently, though, we have 4 women members in regional council, and central, we are 3 members are there. So at that time, how was your experience or something? Any tips if you would like to give it to us?
In between, she was the first and the only member.
Yeah, I think I said it in the beginning of this session.
Yeah, okay, so probably I missed it.
Yeah, so no, the experience was good, and I wouldn't. I had a nice experience and was blessed with having good council members as colleagues then, and who continue to be my friends today. So it's, I mean, I don't know. I never really felt that because I'm a woman, I'm not being considered or not been regarded, or my points are not being taken forward. So I guess, I don't know. My experience, that was almost 30 years ago, so it was totally different. And I don't know, human nature has changed. We all want quick fix solutions because of instant Instagram and everything. So my experience is totally fun, learning, and good friendship at the end of the day.
That's great. That's really great. So, but I'm sure you would have find something. I mean, in your अगर हम अपनी खुद की बात करते तो overall personality में any changes you felt? I mean, before joining, after joining, or something like that.
No, Shweta, no. I think I'm the same. My friends who know me from my childhood, my husband of 33 years would tell I'm the same, I guess.
Because I can say that I felt a lot of changes in myself, even when I was just a chartered accountant and was doing my practice. And then when I joined to branch and then now is region. So I felt like a lot of confidence automatically ek aa jata hai when you are speaking
Yeah,
in
that is of course.
so many people.
Yeah, definitely. That interpersonal skills, I already told you.
And
Shobna
and
was
networking,
telling.
So because we women always take a back seat, like when it comes to the networking. So किसी को जाके कार्ड भी शेयर करना है तो we think like करना है नहीं करना है कैसे मैं पहले जाके बात start करूं and that way. So ये सारी चीजों पे मतलब after joining I feel like yes,
Okay.
this
So
is an
I guess-
improvement in myself.
But I guess it's each one's personality, introvert or extrovert, and how you interact with people. That I would not be able to really comment upon. Yeah, but for me as a person in the council, both regional and central, it was good learning, good fun, good experience. No regrets at all.
That's really nice. Thank you. It was really nice talking to you.
Thank you, Shweta.
Thank you so much, Shweta ma'am, for joining us.
And wish you all the best, Shweta.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
We have Miss Deepika.
Hey, good evening, ma'am. Happy
Yeah.
Women's Day.
Good evening.
Ma'am, I would like to ask that today many women are in managing committee or they are trying to be in the region council or branch committees. But I feel at some level they face that difficulty of being a woman, especially in small branches. So what would you give a takeaway to those girls? कि आप कोशिश करते रहो या what you would say?
Yeah, so as I told earlier also, I think each one can contribute to the best of our abilities and be able to take everything in the stride that it is there. My experience has been so good that I do not really know what happens at the small branches, but I have interacted with branches in Coimbatore. In fact, Salem branch at one point, all the committee members were women, all of them. So Sharda, a good friend of mine, so she was a chairperson. So all 8 of them or 6 of them were all women. There were no men in the branch committee, branch chairman. So it was. So I guess it's each one's personality and how you would be able to, yeah, and of course a little bit of what do I say? I mean, just a little bit of. I would not say. I would say never ever compromise. Please never ever compromise. Stick to your beliefs and stick to your gut feelings.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Yeah. Virat sir, do we have more questions from the audience here?
Raju joined in.
Okay. Yeah, Raju sir is there. Sir, can you please unmute yourself and start your video? Sir, can you please unmute yourself and start your video? Sir, can you please unmute yourself and start your video?
Hello to everyone.
Please unmute yourself and start your video.
Something is auto.
I spoke only once, sir. Just 3 times it's
Yeah.
Virat sir, I guess something is technically. I spoke only once, sir. Just 3 times it's
I think it's gonna keep on getting echoed.
I spoke only once, sir.
Raju sir, it's from your side only, sir. You can switch off that YouTube link, sir.
So I guess your YouTube link is also active.
Yeah, you can close that, sir, Raju sir. I think sir will join in some time. So before that, ma'am, apart from your council and other journey, about your professional journey, ma'am, can you throw some light on that also? 34 years of experience in a different field, and what is a futuristic field one can take as an chartered accountant, maybe a male or a female, or any specific you would like to say for female, this field is better, or that kind of, ma'am?
Yeah, so as Premlata said, I turned chartered accountant at the age of 22. And 2 years after my articleship, I was in Madras with my dad, Chennai as it's called now. So there it was a different kind of clientele. And, it was mostly tax work, and the businessmen of our area were our clients. And in 1990, I moved to Coimbatore after I got married, and Shailendra had one client. And so I established with his help the branch of Kumbhat & Company at Coimbatore in 1990. And it just by word of mouth and by just one single contact which helped us grow. One chartered accountant had moved to an MNC from Chennai along when I got married. And then he introduced me, and that's how my practice grew. And coming to the international FEMA and all that. So one client, as I told you, we learn along with our clients. And so they said, Priya, we are entering into a joint venture. So can you help? I had no clue. As I told you, my background was more of businessmen, local businessmen. But yeah, we did do the MOU, JBA, technological collaboration agreement, handheld the foreign companies. So as that time, it was those things where we learned when it was required of us. And the client was also supportive that, okay, they knew I'm doing it for the first time. But that confidence you'll have to build into your client at that point in time, that you will be able to do what you are assigned to do. So those were the days. Now we talk of startups. We're talking startups registered with the DPIIT. But even in 1990s, you had startups. This company was a startup. It was into manufacturing. It entered into a joint venture. So there also we handheld the whole client right from formation to execution and statutory audit till date. So therefore, I think as we go along, we need to upgrade our skills. We never had computers. Our reports were typed. Fortunately, Shailendra knew typing. So because it was part of his graduation. So we used to type the reports on the typewriter. We still have that typewriter, I would say. Yeah. So I also learned typing by playing on the keyboard. I don't know. So I guess we all learn, we all adapt. And same thing for the future today. Everybody talking about artificial intelligence, chat GPT, and automation tools and automating your offices. But I would say in all this, don't forget the human touch. So we need to be automated, yes, but we also need to have a human touch to the whole approach of our practice. We can become more efficient by automating, and it depends on, again, your client needs, your business needs. If you're in business, your business needs. If you're in profession, your professional needs, your client needs. And if you're working in an industry, the company where you're working. So I guess, I don't see anything particular that I can say, okay, go ahead, do this, go ahead, learn this, go ahead, join this. And Virag is also already doing so many programs. So people who are interested will definitely join in and learn what they want to deliver to their bosses, to their businesses, to their clients, to their own self. This is my only lesson in the last 34 years. Adapt, learn, relearn, unlearn, that's it.
Yes.
And relearn. I don't think there's anything with whatever, whether it's with technology, whether it's with knowledge, whether it's with subject, whether it is with everything. That's my take on this, Virag.
Right. So we
have Raju sir now. So you are spending a lot of quality time with madam because you all are part. I guess you are both sitting in the same office, same location.
No, she's from Coimbatore and I'm from Chennai.
Okay. So in that case, how would you like to?
I will just add one point about her. Like everybody asks, like how she's keeping. She keeps on learning whatever comes in her way. That's what I have analyzed in last 6 years. Like be it technology, be it GST, whatever it is. Even this so-called director's examination which came, she just went through it. Though she was pre-qualified even without doing it, but she went through it, learned it, and qualified it. So that, like example, our generation, we feel, yeah, likhna hai, nahi likhu. But she's not that. Let's do it. That's the attitude she has been having it. Like even her friend said that, jo hoga dekha jayega. Let's go with the flow. So that's what, I think I have learned from her. And I think I would also, I'm in fact adopting it. Let's see how far it takes it. So that's one of her best quality, which I've seen her. Obvious, like age 22, 28, RC and CC. That's all an added tag. It's fantastic to be, associated with her as a partner. It's a great journey, which I'm seeing last 6 years. It's great. And wish you all, whoever is online and in the Zoom call, a very happy Women's Day.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you.
So, madam, beside this serving the Council Institute, are you also associated with NGOs, or even still you are serving the Institute in some or the other capacity?
Institute, not now. I've been co-opted on the Bombay Chartered Accountants Society Committee for seminar and membership development. So with that, I helped them organize the RRC at Coimbatore, their flagship program. If the branch invites me, I do go. It's just on invitation that I'm there. And if I take up an assignment, I see that it's completed well. That's all. Otherwise I say no, I can't do it if I say no. That's what I'm saying. We should learn to put our foot down, which unfortunately most of us are not able to do, with the lure of getting more clients or with the lure of performing, burning out ourselves. Yeah, so that is it. So I think cutting off is very important for everybody in this, whoever's listening to me. You should just learn to cut off. Once you're home, it's just home time, family time, or your TV time, or your reading time, or your sports time, whatever. Because I do a lot of watching of football, tennis, cricket, and F1. So I find time for everything. Yeah, I do that. I sleep and get up and watch the midnight matches.
And some NGOs, are you associated with any NGOs as of now?
NGOs, just a couple of them. One is my own family NGO, where we help educate our girl child. And the other NGO, I just do an advisory role. I'm not really active into it.
So, Virat sir, do we have more participants to with a question here?
I don't think so. If anybody has any question, they can post in the chat box, then we'll unmute them. If any, I think we have more now, ma'am's office colleague. So if they want to ask anything, we can take from them as well.
Okay.
Otherwise, we don't have any. You can go for the last set of questions, whatever you have.
So I guess we had a very good idea about how you managed the entire this entire life of being into council, family, and I personally feel that you're such a humble person that every time you just gave all the credit to everybody who supported in the journey. So it was your daughters, it was your parents.
That's a fact. I didn't add. That's a fact.
Yeah, that's a fact. But definitely, as a woman, we also have to manage, like waking up every in the morning 5, sending school.
Yes,
So many times we find that ladies complaining about all these things, but you humbly accepted that this is your duty. This is your first duty, rather. Once you end up completing this, then only you step out of the home. And after that, only you are a professional. Beside that, you are a lady at home to manage everything back here, which unfortunately today many of us may not be able to correctly manage things, and that is why that is creating a problem somewhere. And as you said earlier, that it was your surname basically that you got that helped you to get into this council. But I guess that is true for the first time. First time you may get an entry with the surname, but after first time, it is basically what you did there that supported it. So it is really a very good learning experience in this entire interview, that you can be so having such a positive attitude that every time you will get a way. If your attitude is positive, everything will definitely fall in place. You will get, you went into the practice, you got somebody who gave you the clients. But again, you got the client, but you served them well. So it is basically a positive attitude, and it was a wonderful learning experience, and lot to learn from you even after this 1 hour. Just wanted to know, do you still write? Like, do we have your articles or any such type of thing?
No, I don't write at all.
Okay,
You
so
know, my
right now,
speeches sometimes are written by my husband, so yeah. Yeah,
okay,
so
okay.
no, I don't write at all. I do reading. I do a lot of reading online, Kindle, or of course that also has come down because the way the laws are changing, usme padne mein time goes away, so you don't have the other time to read. Yeah, I do watch movies. I do everything. I do everything possible in the
That's
24 hours given.
वो भी शायद हम में से बहुत सारे लोग कर नहीं पाते. So you are getting time to watch matches, and you're getting time to read, and you're getting time for practice, you're getting time to watch movies. I hope you also get 24 hours in a day.
Yeah, I do.
Ma'am, we have a Ruchi ma'am.
Hi, Ruchi.
She is also
Hello, ma'am. How are you?
our branch, Jaipur branch. She is representing Jaipur.
Hi, Ruchi.
Hi, ma'am. Glad to see you here.
Wish you a happy Women's Day.
So Ruchi ma'am is heading Jaipur branch.
Congratulations.
Thank you, ma'am. We are, actually inspired by your journey only. I mean, inspired by the female council members we have.
I have Mr. Sunil Goyal, your past president from Jaipur, very, very close friend of mine.
Okay.
Since 1995. Yeah.
Right.
Tell me, Ruchi, you have some questions?
Ruchi ma'am, you can skip the YouTube part, or you can pause that.
Okay, one second. So I had a question regarding our journey only, but since I said that I'm already inspired by your journey and council, I took decision of entering into elections, branch elections especially, because I saw a lot of female are doing really great in this, and a kind of sense, a kind of security reaches when we get to know that yes, there is a female sitting in the board, or maybe female sitting in the branch, so it becomes more easier to enter into branch. Already the footfall of members is very less, but when there is a female intends to come, joins more. So yes. I just want to know from you, you have been first elected as first female elected in central council. It would have been really very difficult. I know that. So how did you got inspired, and what motivated you for that?
No, I think the path was set. I entered the regional council as soon as I qualified, and then I naturally moved because I was from Madras, so we don't have branch. So straight away regional council and then central council. So the 4 major cities, we don't have branches, right? Calcutta, Bombay, Chennai, and Delhi. Yeah, so no, there's nothing special. It was just a path laid out for me, I think, and I got elected to the central council also. And being the only lady did not matter to me as such. And I think I've told this many times during the course of this. I had a good team, good friends, good colleagues, very senior colleagues who I learned a lot. And I think we just have to go with the flow and be able to do your best. because we can do what is in our capacity. That's it.
Right. So what do you think that what should we do as a a representative of the branch to engage more and more females? Because already the female participation is really very less, and we try a lot to engage them, but still it is very less. So what do you think? What is the best way to engage them, to motivate them to contribute?
There's nothing much we can do. I think it's a universal issue. Even in Coimbatore, sometimes I'll be the only woman there or a couple of more. So I don't know this. I have no answer for this because it's each individual's compulsions at home when they get back and things like that. So how I have really no answer because I have never been stopped or decided not to go. I'm there everywhere. Whenever there's a meeting that interests me, I'm there. So, unless I'm traveling or something. I don't know. I've never faced this kind of issues in my family or my house. So I guess each one. And today, the unfortunate part is we are all in nuclear families. We don't believe in joint families. So that is the biggest challenge all of us face. Fortunately, I've been born and brought up in a joint family with always at a given any given point of time we were 40 people in the house. And here also, even in my husband's place, we are living together with my in-laws, and so I don't know. I think joint family and support from the family is very important for us to be able to be stepping out beyond. If you're alone, then that becomes an issue. So I guess the concept of joint family is very important.
You're right, actually.
So just in between, 40 is a very, very big number. So I guess now we get the clue here that how could you manage, because managing people is the biggest task. And that you have been doing, I guess, right from the birth with 40 members.
No, I was a child, so.
Okay.
I was a child among so many. So yeah, I had chachas, chachis, and grandmother, and then that many kids and that many servants. So yeah.
So did you feel like you were the child in the council also in that way?
Yeah, I told you I was a baby and the lady of the council.
Yes.
Yeah, it was good fun, but yeah, I never paid a bill of ice cream or pan or hotel. So yeah.
Okay. Virag sir, any more questions? Do we have more leaders from the different parts of the country now?
No, ma'am.
I think it's
okay. So I guess here we come to the end of this interview, and I would like to give a big thanks to firstly Virag sir to giving this opportunity, and definitely to madam for sparing her valuable time. I would like to end this interview just for a few lines, like what I can understand from the life of madam. हदे शहर से निकली तो गांव-गांव चली, हदे शहर से निकली तो गांव-गांव चली, कुछ यादें मेरे साथ पांव-पांव चली, सफर धूप का किया तो तजुर्बा हुआ, वो जिंदगी ही क्या जो छांव-छांव चली. So your life is definitely an inspiration, and we'll definitely have many more women leaders. In fact, I feel in future, it should not be like a woman leader or a man leader. It should be a leader only, a gender neutral term. It is a leader, whosoever it may be.
There is no difference between a male child and a female child. If I do gross negligence, instead not going to spare me.
Yes, and you are charged the same fees also. So,
yeah.
Okay.
I would like to conclude the interview with the line or with the word that ma'am's life is like just go with the flow. Whatever it comes, just take it in a positive way, and everyone will support you. Or this is your duty, you have to do, and do that, and just go with the flow. Everything will be as per the whatever will be there. It will be a what we can say a perfect one. What I would like to say that this will be a perfect journey. We can see initially you carry your father's name, but obviously in a male dominated profession where hundreds or thousands of chartered accountant is a male and they are voting for the female chartered accountant. Obviously initially it may be your father's name because he's a past president, but not every time. So first time you contested, obviously, but after that your journey in a region, and after that in a central, and if after that your surname also changed. And because some people is told that you don't change your surname, you may not get the vote, but you told that very bravely that no, my work will speak, and my nature and my connect will speak for me and vote for me. That brave journey. And after that, obviously, this is a public life, but in a office, in a client life, in your personal life, you stood very bravely, ma'am, and this is a very inspiring journey
And
for
you should
all.
ask my husband how brave I am.
Ma'am, we have read the story also, ma'am. What is written in the book, that all can say. Sir has already told. Sir, if you can come as in concluding remarks, that will be better. Yes. So please,
Yes,
I think we should
now
listen
he
to
let
concluding remarks from sir only.
now he let the cat out of the bag.
What do you want to say then? No, I think Priya has summarized whatever she had to say. I don't see any difference between a male or a female as far as the profession is concerned. What is important is that once you've decided to take a particular step forward, then you need to keep moving ahead. Then other distractions should not steer you off the path. I think that is what is critical. That's true of the profession as well. Challenges will always be there. You just have to navigate your way through those challenges. Similarly with your personal life. And balances can be brought about by being disciplined about your approach. So I think things can work out. Things are always good. You need to just make them better. I think that is what I would summarize in terms of what Priya has done so far. Good things have been made better.
Absolutely, sir. Absolutely. So thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much, ma'am, for joining and sharing your inspiring journey with all of us. Yes, Priya, ma'am.
No, thank you very much for giving me this opportunity. And now I don't know how many would be wondering what I have been saying. I hope I've done a decent job by giving this interview, and the viewers are not dissatisfied.
No, ma'am. No, not at all.
I would definitely like to get the feedback, and definitely
we already received
step ahead and take a step ahead for improving. That's it.
Sure. So we already received feedback for the interview. Thank you for bringing that such a wonderful personality on Women's Day, and also about Premlata ma'am has conducted interview very nicely.
Yeah.
We already got feedback from the viewers already. Thank you.
Thank you. Actually, it's my debut performance. Before this, I never took any interview. So I hope I could do justice with a big name into our fraternity.
Yes.
Yeah, so I would just conclude by saying that, okay, mine is one such story, but I think you should read the Three Nightingales, who I've been born with a silver spoon and I've been, as told you, privileged. But if you read those 3 books about the last 32 women, I think it's a huge eye-opener for most of us. And it's very well written and it's a beautiful book. I think each one of you should buy those books from Amazon. It's called Nightingales, the Nightingales 2.0 and Nightingales 3.0. And in 3.0, Mrs. Sarika Jain, wife of Viraksha, is also featured there. So her story is very inspiring too. So I guess women, all of you, not even man or woman, I say, but just read these amazing women's story. Like along with me in the book, there's a lady who's 90% blind and she's a practicing chartered accountant. There's a woman who was picked up from the roadside, literally, and she's working in a top company now. Their life journeys are much, and the first lady chartered accountant, Lady Shiva Bogam, her story is inspiring. Like she was a freedom fighter, she fought against the British to get a certificate of practice and all that stuff, and she went to jail, as a female. So I think these stories, and there are many. There's one lady, young chartered accountant, who's doing the women version of Iron Man. I don't know what it is called. So all these are very inspiring stories. I think I would urge all of you to pick up these books and adorn it in your library and make even your staff, students read about it. It's very inspiring. Mine is a very small story in that. I just happened to be there. That's it.
Yeah, so humble, ma'am.
Thank you. Thank you, ladies
Thank
and gentlemen, for listening into me and giving me this opportunity.
Thank you. Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you,
Premlata.
ma'am.
Viewers.
So thank you so much, Premlata ma'am, for conducting. Thank you, Ruchi ma'am, for joining.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Shubhna ma'am. Thank you, Raju sir, also for joining for this session. And obviously, thank you, Shailendra sir, for joining and sharing the journey. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Vedant. Thank you, everybody. Good day.
Once again, happy International Women's Day.